All right, all right, all right, all right. One more time, we are here once again. This is the Beatzilla PDX official news break. And today we have something to talk about. We have to talk about Al Sharpton again. And this is entitled Al Sharpton Calls the Police Punks. Is this a societal indictment on police culture? I know a lot of people are trying to make every different kind of spin imaginable on this Tyree Nichols situation. But we need to keep the conversation where it belongs. And it belongs talking about police culture because, I've done a video already where they are trying to make this whole thing about Black culture, which it is not. It is clearly not about Black culture. Nonetheless, it's clearly about police culture because see look at the results. Don't look at the individuals at this moment. Look at the results, and let's always remember: blue lives matter. Well, blue lives don't just matter when they're white, right? These people are blue, the thin blue line, and backing the blue. These officers they have benefited from the civil rights generation. Um, you know, And so I just want to put that disclaimer out there. Like I said, they have benefited from the civil rights generation, and now they are able to be police officers. This is what they fought for, to go be police officers and participate in police culture, which is how our brother Tyree Nichols met his end, is at the hands of police culture, which is inherently anti-Black. A lot of people are trying to get away from that particular conversation, which it's right there staring you in the face. You no longer try, you can't make this about gangs, although Reverend Al tried to make the spin and make it seem like, just like as you've already heard, other people do. The lady I played, the video I did yesterday, she also made the comparison to gang culture. And then Al Sharpton also does the same. And we looked at some of the things that he had said in his eulogy for our brother Tyree Nichols, hashtag reparations. Also, I just want to revisit some of the things he said yesterday. And then we're going to kind of key in on this last phrase that is really the important part of this broadcast. But first, let's just take a walk down a very short memory lane.
There's nothing more insulting and offensive to those of us that fight to open doors, that you walk through those doors and act like the folks we had to fight for to get you through them doors.
Real quick, if you're going through those doors, what are you going through those doors to do? You're not sending them in there to change the nature or the culture of. They don't go in there with power to change. That's not the way it's established. So why now are we having these false assumptions that somehow having a person of color, I'll put it like that. So whether you be brown, black, yellow, whatever the hell, you're trying to say that this somehow changes the nature of the job that they are doing. A cow wrestler is a cow wrestler regardless of the race. A bank teller is a bank teller regardless of the race, but they still are participating in the culture of finance. How is it now different when it comes to policing? So this is a police cultural type of deal. This is not a situation where this is a Black culture issue. It is not, because Black people are inherently prone to join police forces. We know that much. So they're trying to find a way to shift it and talk about gangs. No, no. Police have long had gangs, and a lot of people have long said that police are a gang. But that's without black people's participation as well. But let's go on.
You didn't get on the police department by yourself. The
True.
police chief didn't get there by herself. People
True.
had to march and go to jail, and some lost their lives to open the doors for you. And how dare you? Act like that sacrifice was enough for nothing. You ain't in no New England state, you in Tennessee, where we had to fight for you. And you take that position?
Why wouldn't they? That is what you call police culture. You understand what I'm saying? And you take that position? Of course they do. That's what police culture is. You understand what I'm saying? And he's acting like he's unaware of that. Well, that's his bad. But nonetheless, there is more. Because, like I keep saying, he's getting away from the real issue, which is the culture of policing. Now he's saying, "How dare you?" Now look at the screen right there. What do you say? Quote, "How dare you?" Al Sharpton calls Tyree Nichols attackers, punks at funeral. His attackers were policemen. Attackers? Are you seeing the way they're spinning this? Let's check it out.
You don't fight gangs by becoming 5 armed men against an unarmed man. That ain't the police, that's punks. Why do they go ahead? Because they feel that there is no accountability. They feel that we are going to get angry a day or two and then we're going on to something else. But some of us do this every day. Some of us believe in the dream has to come true. Some of us are going to fight until we make this legislation happen. I don't know when, I don't know how, but we won't stop until we hold you accountable and change the system.
Lord. Family. And I've had a lot of angry people on my Twitter this morning. Because I called this out yesterday on my Twitter, and I said this turned into nothing but a vote blue rally. And that's all it is. That's all this is turned into. We're doing the whole let's get back to the Democratic line. Black people are not inherently Democrat. Our issues are our issues, not party-based issues. All that party-based crap only has been a detriment to us. And we are calling that mess out. And we are no longer allowing y'all to continue to keep doing that to us. And I understand that it makes a lot of people upset. And so that's why I'm seeing a lot of people on my Twitter today complaining that we are calling this mess out. Not to mention, just look at the headline. Sharpton offers message to 5 black officers accused of deleting Tyree Nichols. How dare you? That's what Yahoo even quoted it as. But he actually called the police punks. Now, you know why they're not using that narrative? Is because it has the word police in it. Now, when the Independent just showed you, they changed these officers from police to attackers. When Tyree Nichols was accosted, he was accosted by policemen. So I know a lot of people want to talk about, oh, but this is black culture. No, this is police culture. And this is how a lot of people are feeling because they can't run that typical Democratic crap on black folks no more. And y'all out here acting like this. Y'all out here acting a straight fool. Out there whining like LeBron. What's wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? And so, again, we already know how it goes when these type of events start happening. Then all of a sudden the shields start getting their calls, the phone start ringing and say, hey, y'all got to start combating them grassroots folks now. This is what we need y'all to do. And I know a few people are starting to look happy, but don't get happy, because I know when you thought the phone was ringing, you started calling your friends and families like, hey, they finally going to get at these people. They're not going to be talking about tether anymore. And this was the phone call family. Now, something else before I get out of here real quick. On Tuesday, this is the article from Yahoo. This is halfway through it. It says, on Tuesday, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, the Republican from Georgia, noted that the city is Democrat controlled and the 5 officers that have been arrested and charged are black. And I think that this isn't an issue of racism or anything like that. Now, if you're noticing, if you're noticing all of the people involved, both Democrat and Republican, are clearly trying to press this as it's a black culture issue. It's not a racial issue, because it gets away from talking about police culture. However, Al Sharpton did call the cops punks. And see, like the Independent is trying to say his attackers. No, he didn't have attackers. They were operating under what they believed to be the law. That's how they were taught to police. They weren't renegade police officers. They were trained. So, they just didn't, they're no backwoods militia. These are trained officers that they put on the street. The city and the local government were quite okay with this being how things are going. Until this happened. Now everybody is saying, oh, no, now everybody's playing hot potato with responsibility of the accountability of this police culture. Because if we're going to call these guys punks, well, they were acting as police. And police are the ones who attacked, not just random attackers. No, the police attacked and deleted Tyre Nichols. That's why they are charged with his deletion. As well as that other white officer should be charged as well. And not just on temporary suspension, but fired. Make it plain, make it clear. Not relieved of duties. Yeah, for the time being with money and pay. No, not fired with and losing your pension like those others. He needs to be in the exact same situation. Seriously. So to get back on conversation about handing out these societal indictments, we have to look at what this is. When you say, Reverend Al Sharpton, that the police are punks. Now, ain't nobody putting words in the man's mouth. Is that what he said? So that is an indictment on police culture, not black culture, because these were police officers acting on duty as police officers. and since you're asking the question, you can now tell yourself that blackness does not supersede police culture. It never has before. Why would it now? So when it happens in a negative, it's not now black culture superseding police culture? I don't think so. Let's not start reinventing the wheel here to try to mask our and put blinders on to ignore the blatant anti-blackness within police culture. If we could stop doing that, then maybe we could actually get something done versus sitting up in churches getting a bunch of amens from people who ain't never gonna lift a finger for the grassroots. And with that being said, neither will the damn Democrats. So, all of you Biden sexuals who have such an issue with the truth, here it is. You could join the party and talk about these societal indictments that we should be putting down and levying on society, because all of these people have watched this happen, and now we're watching media, we're watching digital media, we're watching responses on Twitter, and you're seeing a lot of non-foundational Black American people having a lot to say about blaming police culture. Go figure. So, with that being said, let me know what you think about this particular story. And for those who have a problem with me calling this out on my Twitter yesterday, you can also let me know what you think about this on Twitter, because I would hope that you would, if you agree with Reverend Al that police are punks when you jump an unarmed man, or when you especially delete an unarmed man, a Black man, then yeah, those police should be called punks, and that's a societal indictment. So, are you ready to put this societal indictment on police culture? It looks like Reverend Al is. Why don't you join him in his cause? I mean, hey, must be a Democratic move to call out societal behavior in ignoring all of this bad behavior from these police, which obviously the culture of police is so heavy that if you're Black, you still have to succumb to the culture of policing, which is anti-Blackness. So again, please let me know what you think about this in the comments. Like and share. Subscribe to this channel if you have not, and you can now join as well. And if you want to support this channel, you can most definitely do so by the way of Cash App and PayPal, which will be in the description. Of course, we have Super Chat and Super Thanks. So peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on all of you who support this broadcast channel. This has been another Beatzilla PDX official news break. And like I said, for those who have had a problem with it, trust me, we understand how you feel, because we've seen this act before. We just seen it the other day. And, it's not a good look. But just remember, this is how we see you. And please don't get upset if we have to ask you this.
Where's your family from?
Because, if you have an issue with that, then I'm sorry. Then the answer is
No. No, baby.
yes. And in the words of Mr. Neely Fuller, this is the objective here from the grassroots. If you didn't understand, we're not indicting Black culture. This is what we are indicting.
We put it in the frame of reference. Everyone, when they talk about racism and white supremacy, should always start by saying that the focus, the objective should be replace white supremacy with justice. Those are the 5 basic words.
Stay Black, stay vigilant, stay alive. Black first. Shalom, y'all.